Teachers have the important job of preparing our children for the future. Because of that responsibility, parents and taxpayers should have a way to measure their effectiveness. Let's spend 5 minutes with the sponsor of a bill that seeks to do that, State Representative Ryan Aument. How are you today, Representative?
Doing great, thank you.
First, can you tell us, how are teachers in Pennsylvania currently evaluated?
It's a great question. I think the first point is there is not currently a statewide comprehensive system for evaluating teachers today. Currently, in most school districts, teachers are evaluated as either satisfactory or unsatisfactory. In my mind, this clearly does not provide teachers with useful information so that they can improve within their craft.
What does your bill do, and why is it important to move to this evaluation system?
Well, our bill does a number of things. First, it moves from this system in which teachers are rated as either satisfactory or unsatisfactory. We're looking to rate teachers as distinguished, as proficient, as needs improvement, or failing. This provides far more concrete and useful information, useful feedback that teachers can then utilize to improve. We want to see all teachers be proficient or distinguished. Secondly, we put in place a system that is statewide, that is comprehensive, that includes an evaluation rubric. It's the Danielson rubric that is recognized nationally as one of the best rubrics that have been that are utilized through observation of classroom practices. We also take into account actual student performance in the classroom. Either their static proficiency as measured on the what may be the Keystone State exams at some point in the future. Currently today it's the PSSAs. We're also very interested in student growth as measured in the Pennsylvania Value Added Assessment tool. We can actually take a look and see how students have performed in previous years, and do they grow an academic year throughout the academic year. And so we're interested in a statewide mandated comprehensive system that takes into account student performance. 50% of the teacher's evaluation will be based on student performance, on multiple measures of student performance, not assessments only. We're also interested in observing teachers in the classroom environment. How do they prepare their lessons, planning and preparation, classroom environment, instruction, professional responsibilities. All of these things will make up this comprehensive system for teacher evaluation.
Should teachers be apprehensive about being evaluated in this manner?
No, absolutely not. I think, in fact, there's data that was just recently released. The Gates Foundation did a survey. There's currently a pilot program that's taking place across the country here in the Commonwealth. We're participating in this teacher evaluation pilot that's funded in part by the Gates Foundation. And they did a survey of teachers that were participating, the Scholastic group. They did a survey. And this survey demonstrated that 85% of teachers were actually interested in not only the evaluation, but student performance and getting feedback on their performance, student performance in their classroom, so they can improve in their craft. So I think the only teachers that ought to fear a system like this would be those that aren't interested in looking at student data, those that aren't actually interested in improving their craft and are interested in the status quo. So I think actually this is something that's going to be the benefit of our teachers across the Commonwealth, and treat them as the professionals that they are.
Can you tell us about a pilot program that's currently going on here in Pennsylvania?
That's right. I talked a little bit about the pilot in my answer to your previous question. But yes, we have a pilot program that's currently underway, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that is essentially testing this pilot that we're seeking to put in, or testing this evaluation that we're seeking to put in place statutorily. It is utilizing the Charlotte Danielson rubric that principals, superintendents are observing classroom practices by teachers, looking for planning and preparation, the classroom environment, the quality of instruction, the professional responsibilities that teachers are taking on, and it's also seeking to get input from teachers, from experts, from administrators on what the student performance piece should look like in the legislation.
And finally, with just short time left, ultimately, how will students benefit from this legislation if it becomes law?
Well, I think students stand to benefit tremendously if this bill were to become law. It's important that we identify who the quality teachers are, and that our students have access. I would argue they have a civil right to access to a quality teacher in every classroom. And I think other teachers will benefit from identifying who the quality teachers are so they can share best practices to improve student performance. So I think our students will benefit tremendously from this.
Well, thank you for taking some time out and explaining the legislation. If you have comments or questions about this or any other legislative topic, Representative Aument's contact information will be on the screen in a few moments. Thanks for spending 5 minutes with State Representative Ryan Aument.